video session, we shall continue our discussion on the division of polynomials, and we shall discuss synthetic division in this video session. Please, it is very important that you have the idea of the long division of polynomials by long division. So we did that some years back because we are going to use the problems we did in long division. We are still going to solve the same questions using the synthetic division. So when you get on my website, samuelchukwuemeka.com, you click on my picture to enter the site. You click on mathematics, click on algebra, and when you click on algebra, it brings you to the videos tab. And in that videos tab, in the list, you will see polynomials. So you click on polynomials and you will see a playlist. It is important to view the playlist in order. We did about 8 questions in a long division, but tonight we shall do 6 questions with the synthetic division. And we are going to do the same questions that we did in long division. So it is important that you look at that video on long division. We explained so many things in that video which we shall not go back to explain in this video. We also checked our work. So we check, it is very important. It is very, very important when you use long division or synthetic division that you check your work. So we checked our work in that video using the division algorithm. We use the division algorithm to check our work. And the division algorithm states that dividend is equal to divisor times quotient plus remainder. So we have explained all these terms, and we checked our work in that video. We checked it with the division algorithm. So in this video, we shall not check our work because we already checked it in the video of long division of polynomials by long division. So please, for you to follow well in this video, you need that division of polynomials by long division. Okay? So let's get started. Let's see how synthetic division works. I shall show you 2 methods, 2 ways of using synthetic division, and we shall just use the common way, the most common way or the most popular way. Okay. So the first question I have here, I have a number 1, p squared plus 10p, and I got this question from the video. These are the questions we did in the video by long division. Okay, p squared plus 10p plus 18 over p plus 5. So before we continue this, let us look at the steps. The steps in using synthetic division. And I am going to dictate this. I will dictate it to save time. I will dictate it, and then you can now write. So the first step, you want to make sure that the dividend is complete. Make sure the dividend is complete and in descending order of exponents. Make sure the dividend is complete and in descending order of exponents. If it is not complete, complete it by adding zeros to the missing terms. Okay? You complete it by adding zeros to the missing terms. We shall look at that. We shall look at that scenario in this video. So that is step 1. Dividend should be complete and arranged in descending order of exponents. So this is p squared, this is p1, this is 18p0. Okay? It is already arranged in descending order of exponents. I mean, you know, we don't want to put 1 because we know it's 1. And this is 18p. Oh, 18. Sorry, this is 18. This is 18. So which is 18p naught, p0. So make sure the dividend is complete. Dividend is complete and in descending order of exponents. Okay? Step 2, make sure the divisor is complete and in descending order of exponents. With synthetic division anyway, the divisor must be a linear. It must be a linear term. Okay, with synthetic division. So the divisor must always be linear term. So it has to be first with the P1 first, because this is like saying P1 and then P0. Okay? So with synthetic division, you must have a linear term. That is why long division is superior to synthetic division. With long division, the dividend can be anything, the divisor can be anything, and you can still use long division. Okay? But with synthetic division, the divisor must be linear. It must be a linear term with synthetic division. So that is step 2. The divisor should be linear and it should be arranged in descending order of exponents. Step 3, you know there are 2 ways to solve synthetic division. Set the divisor to be 0. The first way, I'm going to use the first way, first method. Okay? Set the divisor to be 0 and solve for the variable. Set the divisor to be 0 and solve for the variable. So we now do p plus 5 equal to 0. So p is negative 5. Right? So p is negative 5. So once we do it, step 4, perform the synthetic division process as follows. So we write this negative 5 here. We write it first. We draw this just to represent division. Then we look at the dividend. Remember, this is the divisor, the value of the divisor. You set the divisor to be 0. Okay? Set divisor to be 0. And solve for the variable. Okay? Because that's dividend, that's the divisor. Now, we found the variable, we put the negative 5 here. Then you look at the coefficients of the dividend. You write the coefficients of the dividend, provided you have arranged it in descending order of exponents. You write the coefficient of the dividend. So we have 1, 10, and 18. 1, 10, and 18. Okay? Remember this 18, this is like saying p to the power 1, and this is like saying p to the 0. Yeah, that is what it means. So if it is not complete, you add zeros. to the missing terms, okay, and complete it. So you write these coefficients of the dividend, then you draw another line here, This one here, you bring down this one, okay, and I'm going to use a colored chalk. You multiply -5 times 1. You do -5 times 1, okay? And it gives you -5. And here, I'll use another chalk. Let me use this. Okay, you now write the -5 here. And you just put addition sign here. So you know that this is addition. This addition. Okay, so you do -5 times 1 is -5. You put it right under 10. You don't put anything under 1. You just bring down 1. -5 times 1, -5. Then the next thing you do is you now do 10 plus -5. 10 plus -5. And that is 10 minus 5. And that is 5. You write 5. Okay? Then you also do the same thing, -5 times 5. Let me write the plus here. This is gonna be addition. -5 times 5. You do -5 times 5 and it gives you -25. And I bring it here with this colored chalk. I put the -25 here. Okay, see that? And then I now do 18 plus -25. This is 18 minus 25, and this is -7. -7. And then you stop. So, this here, you now have this right here. This gives you the remainder. The last guy here gives you the remainder. And then this 1 and 5 gives you the coefficients of the quotient. These are the coefficients of the quotient. Coefficients of the quotient. Okay? And this is the constant term, or you can put that the quotient in this case is you have 5x naught, well 5p naught, because this is in p, like that's the constant term, then plus p, 1p. Okay, so the quotient is just p plus 5. Quotient is p plus 5. Remainder is -7. That's it. Okay, and you know, we wrote it in a different way in that video on long division. That is one way to write it. Okay, the way we wrote it in the video on long division is one way to write it. Now, we are going to write it in a different way in this video. We shall write it in division algorithm. And that is the way we also check our work. So if we write it as division algorithm, this will be that p squared plus 10p plus 18 is equal to p plus 5 times p plus 5 plus remainder plus -7. And that gives you what? P plus 5 all squared minus 7. So this becomes your answer here. Okay, and we checked this already. We checked it already. So I'm not going to check it in this video to save time. Okay, because we checked it in the video on long division. So I know we wrote it in a different format in the video on long division. That is one format. Okay, sometimes your professor will say, hey, write the answer in this format. Okay, sometimes your professor will say, write the answer in that format. Sometimes your professor will say, write the answer in this format. So that is the answer for this number 1. So that is the way you perform it with the first method. And this is the most common method here. That's the most common method, whereby you set the divisor to be 0, you solve for the variable, then when you get the value of the variable, set it here, and then you write the coefficients of the dividend. You bring down the first coefficient, nothing is under it, just bring down the first coefficient, then use the value of that variable that you got from the divisor to multiply it. -5 times 1 is -5, put it under here, add this, 10 minus 5 is 5, -5 times 5 is -25, 18 minus 25 is -7. And that is the way you do it. Now I'm going to show you the second method, which is not really a lot different. But after showing you the second method, we will just be using first method for the rest of the questions, because the first method is the one that is most commonly used. Okay? So with the second method, it's just a little variation. With the second method here, rather than setting this to be 0, okay, I just have the divisor. Of course, my divisor is p plus 5. I'm not going to set p plus 5 to be 0. Okay, in this case, I will just use 5, just like that, 5. So I used 5 here, and I set up the coefficients, 1, 10, 18. And I'm going to use the same thing, but in this case, the only thing is that this second method. In this case, the only thing is that I'll subtract rather than add. I will have to subtract. And some people might argue, hey, this method is better because division is repeated subtraction. When we get to do remainder theorem and the factor theorem, you will appreciate this. You doing it like this, okay? But this is also important. This is also okay if you want to do it like this. If you don't set it to be 0 and solve for the variable, you can just, once you have arranged it, that this in the descending order, and this has to be linear. Okay, so this variable comes first before the constant. Then you can just bring out the constant. You can bring it out. If it's p minus 5, you bring out -5. Okay, you bring out the constant, and you still write the coefficients of the dividend. But in this case, it's the same process, but you will subtract instead. So we bring down 1. 5 times 1 is 5. Okay, if I use my 5 times 1 will give us 5. Then 10 minus 5 is 5. Then 5 times 25. 5 times 5 will give us 25. 25. Then 18 minus 25 is -7. So we still get the same. This is the remainder, and these are the coefficients of the quotient. Yeah. We still get the same answer. Okay. But for the rest of the questions, we shall use this. Okay. So that is the way to do synthetic. We shall now complete other ones. And make sure we get the answers that we got. We will get the same answers that we got with the long division. Okay, I got that one right. Number two is this one. Negative 5j squared plus j cubed plus 8j plus 4 all over -1 plus j. So like I said, this is not arranged. It is not arranged. So we have to arrange it. Okay? Any one I do, let me just mark it off that I've done it. So we have to arrange this first. We arrange it in order of in a descending order of exponents. It is complete because this is 3, 2, 1, 0, J0. Anything to 0 is 1. Okay? And we've done this in the video on long division. So this is J cubed minus 5J squared plus 8J plus 4 all over J minus 1. We have to arrange it. So the first thing we do is we set this to be 0, J minus 1 to be 0. So J is equal to 1. Okay? J is equal to 1. And I come here, I write 1, and I set the division. Then this is 1. I write the coefficients of the dividend. 1, -5, 8, 4. I bring down this 1. 1 times 1 is 1. This is plus here. -5 plus 1. -5 plus 1 is -4. 1 times -4 is -4. 8 plus minus 4 is 4. Okay? 1 times 4 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. So this gives me the remainder. This is the remainder here. Okay? And then my quotient will now be, this is 4J naught, which is the constant, okay? Then here is minus 4J, 1. This is put plus here, okay? Then here will be J squared. So my quotient is J squared minus 4J plus 4. Remember that anything to 0 power is 1. Okay, to 0 exponent is 1. So this is 4 is the constant, then minus 4 is J to the first term, and this one will be J to the second term. And it kind of makes meaning when you divide a cubic by a linear, if you divide a cubic by a linear, you get a quadratic. Okay? You divide cubic by linear, you get quadratic. So if we set our answer would be that -5J squared plus J cubed plus 8J plus 4 is equal to -1 plus J times J squared minus 4J plus 4 then plus 8. This will be our answer. We checked our work in that video on long division. Okay, we did. Okay, let's do question 3. We've knocked this off. Okay, that one is correct. Question 3, we have a c squared minus 28. C squared minus 28 over c minus 5. So the dividend is missing. It is arranged, but it is missing something. Okay, it is missing something. It is missing a term in C. So this is the case that we say that if it is not complete, complete it by adding zeros to the missing terms. Complete it by adding zeros to the missing terms. So this is c squared plus 0c minus 28 over c minus 5. Okay, so I just added 0 here to the c, because this is c to the power 1, this is c to the power 0. Okay? Excuse me. So now I will set this to be 0, c minus 5 to be 0, c is 5. I write my 5, I draw this. So I have 1, I write the coefficients, 1, 0, negative 28. Okay? I bring down 1, this is addition. 5 times 1 is 5, 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Negative 28 plus 25 is negative 3. So this is the remainder, and my quotient will be c plus 5. Okay, c plus 5 will be my quotient. So if I write this as division algorithm, if I write it in the format of division algorithm, we see that c squared minus 28 is equal to c minus 5. And you see that when I write this, because when you check your work, you check it with the original equation. Do not check your work with the modified equation. Do not. Okay, you always check your work with the original equation. And I kind of like to write it in that format with the original equation right away. So this is c minus 5, which is the divisor, times the quotient, then plus remainder. And this becomes your answer here. Okay? That one is correct. The next one is question 4. We have a cubed plus 1 over a plus 1. So this is incomplete. The dividend is incomplete. It is missing the term in a squared, and it is also missing the term in a. Okay, so we shall complete it. This is a cube plus 0a squared plus 0a plus 1 over a plus 1. Then we set the divisor to be 0 and solve for the variable. A plus 1 is 0, so a is negative 1. So I write negative 1, I set it up. I write the coefficients here, 1, 0, 0, 1. And this is addition operation. I bring down 1. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. I put it here. 0 plus minus 1 is 0 minus 1, which is minus 1. Minus 1 times minus 1 is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. Minus 1 times 1 is minus 1. 1 plus minus 1 is 1 minus 1, which is 0. So the remainder is 0, okay? Which shows that this is a factor of this. So remainder is 0. So our quotient is, this is a 0, a1, a squared. So a squared minus a plus 1. Okay? Because this is minus 1a. I mean, we don't want to put minus 1a. But if you want to put minus 1a, that's fine. Then plus 1. So if we write it in the format of division algorithm, we see that a cubed plus 1 is equal to a plus 1 divisor times the quotient a squared minus a plus 1. And plus 0. We don't need to put plus 0. So this is another format of writing your answers. Okay, I know we wrote our answers in a different format, in long division. That is fine. This is another format. And you make sure you check your work. That I am not checking it because I have checked it earlier on in long division. But whenever you perform long division or synthetic division, it is very important that you check your work. Very important. Okay? You check it to make sure that the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side. Alright, we have 2 more questions. We did 8 questions in that long division video. So we are pulling just 6 from there to do in this video. So 2 more. 2 more questions. 2 more questions. 2 more questions. Question 5. We have, so we've knocked this off. 12k squared minus 20k plus 3 all over 2k minus 3. Okay, please pay attention to this. Okay, in this one here, this is not like, look at the divisor here. If you look at the divisor, it is not what we are used to. Okay, it is not what we are used to. And I would like you to add in steps in using synthetic division, please. I would like you to take notes. Okay, please write this note because I am supposed to have said it. When you are doing synthetic division, if the coefficient of the first term in the divisor, you look at the divisor, if the coefficient is 1, great, no problem. Okay, you just do it like we've done the 4 examples we did. But here the coefficient is not 1. The coefficient of the variable, okay, if the coefficient of the variable is not 1, if the coefficient of the variable in the divisor is not 1, write the note. If the coefficient of the variable in the divisor is not 1, then, if then, conditional statement, if then, conditional statement. So if the coefficient is not 1, make it to be 1. Okay? You make it to be 1 by what? By dividing every term by that coefficient. We're going to divide every term, every single term in the dividend and in the divisor by that coefficient. Very, very important, folks. Very important. And we're doing this because whatever you do to the denominator, you also have to do to the numerator. I mean, in simplified fraction, I mean, if you have a 6 over 14, right, you could, this is also equal to what? 3 over 7, because you could divide this by 2 and divide by 2. Provided that what you do to the denominator, you also do to the numerator. Okay, so we will have to divide everybody. We are dividing both the denominator and the numerator by that coefficient to make it 1. Okay, and that literally means dividing every single term in both the dividend and the divisor by that coefficient. Okay, so we have to do that before we can use synthetic division. Very important. Then divide every term in the dividend and the divisor by that coefficient in order to make it 1, in order to make it unity. Unity means 1, okay? Because I can say unity, it means 1. Does that make sense? So this is what we are going to do, folks. We will do, because this is 2, it's not 1, so we will divide every guy by 2. So this will be 12k squared over 2 minus 20k over 2 plus 3 over 2 all over 2k over 2 minus 3 over 2. And this is perfectly legal. Okay. Legal. I mean, because your divide, whatever you do to the denominator, you've got to do to the numerator. It's okay. Okay, so this is like saying 1/2. This is like saying 1/2. This is like saying 1/2 times this all over 1/2 times this. It is like saying that. It's like saying that. And you use distributive property. That is like saying it. So you're good. Because half can divide half. And it's still the same thing. Okay, you can do this. And this is like 1/2 for the numerator, 1/2 for the denominator. And it is perfectly legal to do it. It is mathematically correct to do it. Okay? So now we now have this. We now have this as 6k squared minus 10k plus 3 over 2 all over k minus 3 over 2. Then we can now use our synthetic division. So this will be k minus 3 over 2 equal to 0. K will be 3 over 2. So I'll come here, I write 3 over 2. I write my, I write the coefficients of the numerator. 6 minus 10, because it's complete. It's complete. Minus 10 and then 3 over 2. Okay? So, and don't be scared of fractions, okay? So you bring down 6 here. 3 over 2 times 6. 3 over 2 times 6 will give us what? 3 over 2 times 6. This is 9. That will give us 9. This is addition. Okay, multiplying fractions. Negative 10 plus 9 is negative 1. Negative 10 plus 9 is negative 1. 3 over 2 times negative 1 is negative 3 over 2. 3 over 2 plus minus 3 over 2 gives us 0. So remember is 0, okay? And the quotient is minus 1 is here, and this is 6k. 6k minus 1 is the quotient. Okay? Remember is 0. So if we write this as division algorithm, I will not use the modified form, no. Because this is the modified form. I'm fixing to use the main form. I'm fixing to, or I'm gonna use the main form. I'm gonna use the main, or I'ma use the main form. I'ma use the main form. Or I'm finna use the main. Hey! So the dividend 12k squared minus 20k plus 3 is equal to the divisor 2k minus 3 times 6k minus 1. And that becomes your answer here. Okay. All right, folks. One more to go. One more to go. One more to go. And we can call it a night. One more to go. One more to go. So question 6, last but not the least. Question 6, we have a 6k4 minus 16k cubed plus 15k squared minus 5k plus 10 all over 3k plus 1. Okay? This is complete. This is complete, but the problem here is that the coefficient of the variable in the divisor is not 0. Okay? Sorry, it's not 1. The coefficient of the variable in the divisor is not 1. So we have to divide everybody by that coefficient. So this is 6k4 over 3 minus 16k cubed over 3 plus 15k squared over 3 minus 5k over 3 plus 10 over 3 all over 3k over 3 plus 1 over 3. Okay? So what do we have now? We now have that this is 2k4, 2k to the power 4, minus 16k cubed over 3, plus 5k squared, minus 5k over 3, plus 10 over 3, right? All over k plus 1 over 3. Okay. So we set k plus 1 over 3 to be 0. So k is negative 1 over 3. And we just set this negative 1 over 3. We set the division process. We put the coefficients. This is 2, negative 16 over 3. This is 5. This is negative 5 over 3. And this is 10 over 3. Okay? We bring down 2. If you want me to show my work, I can. Negative 1 over 3 times 2, this is negative 2 over 3. Okay, you put negative 2 over 3 here. And this is addition operation. So negative 16 over 3 plus negative 2 over 3. This means negative 16 over 3 minus 2 over 3, which is negative 18 over 3, and that is negative 6. Okay? So this is negative 6. Negative 1 over 3 times negative 6. Negative times negative is positive. 1 over 3 times 6 is 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. Negative 1 over 3 times 7 is negative 7 over 3. Negative 5 over 3 plus negative 7 over 3. Plus minus is minus. So minus 5 over 3 minus 7 over 3 is minus 12 over 3, which is minus 4. Negative 1 over 3 times negative 4. Negative times negative is positive. 1 over 3 times 4 is 4 over 3. 10 over 3 plus 4 over 3 is 14 over 3. So this is our remainder here. This is our remainder. And our quotient is okay, -4 is the last. Then this will be 7k plus 7k. This is -6k squared. This is 2k cubed. These are quotient. So if we want to write this, in the division algorithm form, this will be that 6k to the 4th power minus 16k cubed plus 15k squared minus 5k plus 10 is equal to the divisor 3k plus 1 times the quotient 2k cubed minus 6k squared plus 7k minus 4 plus the remainder plus 14/3. Okay? But now, I want to say something though. We will not need to put this 14/3 because remember we were using this factor. So this is just plus 14. Okay? That is just plus 14 instead, not 14/3. And you know, when you check it, you will see it's gonna give you back the dividend. So we were actually using -1/3 as this. So you can, when you get a fraction as this remainder, you can multiply. If you multiply that by that 3, okay? Because we divided by 3. We divided everything by 3. So when we get a fraction here, just multiply that by 3. Okay? And the bottom line is that you should check your work. So even after multiplying it by what you divided it by, check it. Yeah. This is what we got in the long division. So when you check it, it gives you back that. But if you put 14/3 and check it, you will not get it right. You will not. Because we don't see any fractions in the dividend. Okay? So we divided by 3, so we got a fraction here, we just multiplied by 3 to get that. So that when we check our work, it will give us back the dividend. Okay? Thank you so much for listening. Please